Peter W. Kendig, Radioman 2. I joined the Navy from North Hollywood when I was 17. Went to boot camp at Naval Training Center, San Diego. I entered in August of 1962. Basic training would have been immediately thereafter, and Radioman A School was immediately after that, which I believe was January of '63. Went to Radioman A School right there at NTC San Diego. At that time there was a great emphasis on learning code. Now, as it happened, I was a ham radio operator before then, so I naturally fell right into it. I had always played with, since I was 12 or 13 years old, electronics, so Radioman School was, as they say nowadays, a no-brainer. But challenging. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every bit of it, and I enjoyed my whole tour in the Navy. I can't say I had a bad time. When they asked in A school, where would you like to be assigned, I and a number of other people put in for submarines. I thought that it would be more exciting. I was a scuba diver before then, and I liked the water, even though I never had a boat or anything like that. I really enjoyed it. And growing up in North Hollywood, California, I used to hang out at the beach and everything. So I was a sea kind of a guy, but just not a boat kind of a guy. So it was a natural transition. As it happened, no colleagues of mine in radio school were selected for submarines, and neither was I. I was the only guy, because we compared orders. I was the only guy that even had the word sub in it, and everybody scratched their head and said, gee, I wonder what that is. Was assigned to initially ComSubron 5 as a radioman, but there was no ComSubron 5, so when I arrived, they put me to doing menial tasks. Ballast Point is shortly before I got there, the Navy made a decision to move all the submarines and the submarine tenders, the Sperry and the Nereus, to Ballast Point. There was no sub base at Ballast Point at that time. All of the subs prior to that time were tied down at the end of Broadway in downtown San Diego, and everyone would have to take the little boats back and forth. So they obtained that land, I believe, from the Army, built a pier, and when I got there, the pier had just recently been finished, and the I believe the Sperry was there, but the Nereus was up in the shipyard at San Diego, and that was the connection with the Navy commander, because the Navy commander chaplain was assigned to that and was remotely located there. He just happened to be down there when I was out raking the leaves in front of the little chapel that was there, and said, gee, he wished he could find somebody that knew something about library. And I said, oh, you mean the Dewey Decimal System and all that goes in? And he was shocked to find somebody that actually knew that. And I said, yeah, I'd be glad to do it, which didn't make the guy that I was working for very happy. he had to go find somebody else to rake the leaves. I ultimately became, I worked together with a Catholic chaplain that was there, and I put together the library at Ballast Point. He had me go down to 32nd Street, get 500 books, do the whole Dewey Decimal thing, set up, they gave me a building and set up the library at Ballast Point. And after about 6 months, I decided I wanted to go on board a sub, because that was my avocation. And went looking for a sub that needed a radioman and found the USS Phoenix. And that is where I stayed until I got out in August of 1966.